Hello, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are doing well and finding ways to be kind to one another. So in today's video, I just thought like I'll just do something a little bit different from what I usually do. I am just gonna do a sit down chit chat and a bit of a story time, so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. Back to my channel. My name is Sandy and my voice is very low because I have flu. I catched it from my son who catched it from daycare. And I just recovered from flu like a month ago, so I have flu again. Like, I'm just so bummed right now because I thought like flu is not gonna catch me at least for another 4 or 6 months, but unfortunately for me it doesn't work like that. So here I am again having flu. So I am gonna share a few tips and tricks of how I tried, and I'm not there yet. I'm not fully there. Anyways, nobody is ever there. There's always a next level and a next level and a next level. So I just want to share a few of my tips of how I became the woman of my dreams, how I leveled up my life, how I really try to be the best version of me. So the first thing I needed to work on was, like, this is actually very sad for me to say, I am from a family of complainers. Every time there's always something to complain about. So I remember I had a guy friend, and he told me this one time, listen, my Sandy, you know, there's something I've observed about you. Every time you telling a story or we're having a conversation, you always have something to complain about. You always have something to be negative about. You are just never fully, oh my God, I'm in a good space, I'm only going to talk about positive things today. Like, you always have things to complain about. So what happened was, remember, I was so angry at this person because this person is confronting something that I know, but I'm in denial, or I'm just thinking it's normal. Like, it's normal to complain. It's normal to have things you don't like every day. And I want to tell you something that's not normal. There's just something wrong with you and you need to fix it. It's either your attitude or your mentality is very, very wrong. For you to have negative comments all the time, for you to complain about this or that, it's very, very draining. And sometimes you lose friends because you are a natural complainer. So the first thing that I did was change my mentality, because I've been doing this for so many years. Like, I've been complaining all my life, so it was very hard for me to change. So every time when I'm meeting with my friends now, I would actually say something in my head before I actually say it out and just see how it's gonna sound, you know. So I cut down on the complaining and I just started saying nice things. I had to change my mentality. For me to be the woman that I wanted to be, I had to change my mentality, and I had to erase so many memories of the way that I was raised, of the way that my parents raised me, or the people who were around me at the time who raised me or who contributed towards my upbringing. So I had a lot of things to work on because most of those things were just so negative, and it was always full of complaint and full of negative thoughts and full of negative things to say about myself and others, which was very wrong, because people would feel like, okay, here's this beautiful girl, we really like her, we really want to hang out with her, but every time she's around, everything is just always so negative. She's always gonna start complaining. Oh my god, my hair doesn't look good. Oh my god, like this and this and this did this to me. This and this and this did this to me. I'm so unhappy. You know, I used to be a petty complainer, like complain about little things that doesn't make sense. So I really tried to cut that out because I really wanted to be the best version of myself. So cutting down the complaining and changing my mentality on so many things has really helped me on my journey. So the second thing I want to talk about is spirituality. So spirituality is, it's very big. So I can't just say spirituality is like this. And for me personally, spirituality is very deep, and I can't even like explain it because sometimes I'm from a Zulu family and we do a lot of our traditions and our cultures. So to me, that's still spirituality. And then I am a Christian who trusts in God, who believes in God. So to me, that's still spirituality. So for me, I can't say I'm stuck in between, but I respect both worlds. So I'm just there in between. I'm fully here and I'm fully here. I know some people would say that's not possible, or that just it works for me. So that's what I do. I pray to God and ngenza amasiko esiZulu. So I'm gonna tell you a little story. So there was a time in my life, like I was really low. Like I've suffered so much, and I just really thought like God doesn't care about me. I remember I was sitting in my bed. I was staying in a bachelor flat, and I remember the day, it was a Tuesday, and I was gonna wake up and go to school the next day. And I opened my fridge, there was no food. And I had to study because I was writing a test the following day. So at this point, like that day, I made a decision that I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this life. I don't want to do this school. I don't want to do anything. I'm just going to sit here and, I don't know, maybe just die. I don't feel like that right now. Maybe that's how I felt at the moment. Then, like the story I'm telling you is very old story. Maybe it's like a few years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Just maybe, I'm not sure. Like I was so unhappy. Like I was unhappy with myself. I was unhappy with my life. I was unhappy with a lot of things. Nothing made sense. Just nothing made me happy. Nothing made sense to me. Like the reason why I'm alive at that time also didn't make sense. And I was just looking for more. I was looking to find myself. I was looking for comfort. Like I was looking for love. I remember I had a Bible that a friend of mine bought for me for my 21st birthday, and that Bible travels with me everywhere. I still have it. Actually, it's the only Bible I have. And it was always on my bedside. I remember just reading it. And I heard it from someone before. I think I heard it from someone before, but then I just wanted to look it up. And please don't quote me because I'm not sure if these are the exact word, but it just says that God usually gives the hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. So in that moment, I was just looking at my problems, and there were just so many. There were just so many for me to handle. At that young age, I was in my early 20s, and there's so many problems that are on my head. I have financial problems. I have spiritual problems. I was unhealthy. I just had a lot of problems. My attitude was wrong. My mood was wrong. Even physically, I honestly think I just didn't look good because all of these problems were on my head. They were weighing on my body, my mind, everything. I remember that day I went on bended knees and I prayed and I prayed. And the way I was sobbing is I was begging God, like, God, I might be your strongest soldier, but I need you right now. And I need you to change my life. Like, I need you to change my life because I cannot do this any longer. Oh, I don't want to cry because I just remember everything. Oh my God, I don't want to cry. I begged and begged God to please do something for me, to please change my life. Like, I've been living such a troubled life, like ever since I was born. Can He just do this one thing for me and just flip my life around? And the following day, I was going to go to school the next day to write my exam. I had my alarm on. So my alarm rings around 5. I get ready. Everything is smooth. So in this time, I remember I met someone, a guy. You know, I just met this person like today. And this person is like, what do you need? What do you want? Like, I was walking on my way from school. I used to go to Regenesis in Sandton. So I was walking and I used to live in Sunnyvale. I remember that time I didn't have transport money to even go back to my place. And my friend lives just a block away from my school. So I was going to walk to my friend's house and maybe ask her for like 60 bucks to catch an Uber. So this is so funny when oh God, like God has brought me through so many difficult times, you guys, so many difficult times. So yeah, as I'm walking to my friend's house. Okay, today, like, I woke up in a good mood, remember, in the morning. So right now I'm looking nice. I woke up, I bathed, and I wore some nice clothes. I was looking nice and fresh and smelling good, and I was very happy with the way I did on my exam. So I was just thinking everything is good. So this guy comes past as I'm walking to my friend's house. He asked me like, where are you going? And I tell the guy like, no, I'm just going down the streets to my friend's house, and like, let me take you there. And I'm like, no, you're a stranger for one, and secondly, it's like 2 minutes walk. So he's like, okay, let me park my car and let me walk with you. So this person jumps out of the car and he walks with me to my friend's place. We're having a conversation, we're just laughing and all those things. And he's like, please give me your number. And at first I was very skeptical because I don't know, like, what does this person want from me? And he was elderly than me. He was probably twice my age. So I'm just like, what is this person looking for? What do you want? So he gives me his card, and I look at the card, and his address is like just his office is just like a few minutes down my street. And the guy calls me the next time. He asks me like, are you okay? Like, when I was walking with you, I could see that, you're just holding and bottling up a lot of things. Are you going through some troubles? Are you okay? At first I was just like, I'm okay, I'm fine, no, everything is fine, I'm good. But this guy kept on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, like, are you okay? What's going on? Like, can you just share with me what's going on with you? I want to help you. So I started telling the guy, no, I have problems, like, personally, and I have problems financially. And so he says to me, like, I'm financially stable, I can help you, we can be friends, and maybe if you like me, we can be partners. Baby girl has no food in the fridge, and here comes this man offering me financial services. So I'm like, yes. He's like, okay. So he asked me like, share your address with me, and all those things. I share my address with him. Guess what? He comes to meet me with groceries full in his car. He even bought me like toiletries and towels. And he was like, no, he's so busy, he's traveling, so we'll talk when he comes back from his travels. So I take the groceries inside the house and I go back to the car so we can chill and maybe have a conversation, because he's catching his flight in like 3 hours and it was an international flight, so he didn't want to miss that. And I couldn't let him come inside my house because I told you I was not in a good space mentally. So my house was a mess. Like I was living in a pigsty. I'm still gonna get to that point, but for now, let's stay with the story. So, let me look for a name to call him. I'm gonna call him James. Okay. So James says to me, you know what? I just think you are going through a lot, and I'm going for a week. I'm gonna give you a task, and I want you to do this task. And he was going for 7 days, and maybe when I'm back after the 7 days, just let's have a conversation and let's see how this works. So he takes out a notepad in his bag and he writes 10 things I love about my Sunday. He tells me, please write those 10 things that you love about yourself. And he takes another piece of paper, he writes 10 things that I appreciate about me. So he tells me that he's going to leave me with those papers. I should fill in those papers, and and maybe when he gets to the airport, I can send him pictures and show him like what I have written. And I did exactly that. I took a picture, I sent it to him, and I showed him what I have written. And he said to me, okay, I'm going to ask you to do one more task. Every time you feel down, just read that. Or every time you just go past your fridge, just read those papers. Just read everything out loud. Or when you wake up, just read it out loud. But just make sure that you read it 10 times, at least 10 times a day. I started doing this exercise. And on the 3rd day, I remember I just broke down and I was crying. I was in tears. Like I was so hurt. You know that kind of hurt that you feel like somebody has stabbed you like in the heart. Like it's so painful. Like it's so painful. But yeah. And I remember, and he calls me. So after 7 days, so the person comes back, and obviously we meet for lunch. He invites me for lunch. We meet for lunch, and he asks me like, how do you feel? And I was like, I feel good. I actually feel better. And he asked me, what have you been doing? And I tell him that I've been doing everything you told me. Like I've been reading these 10 things that I like about myself, 10 things that I appreciate about myself. And I've just been reciting it, and it really has helped. And then he's like to me, okay, I'm gonna help you to get on your feet, which he did. So I'm just gonna leave this story here, and we're gonna continue with this story on another like different story time. But that was my first step on getting like a break, getting to breathe, like getting to actually do other things and not worry about money and not worry about food and not worry about, and actually concentrate on what I was doing at the moment. What happened that day for me to meet a person who wants to help me I feel like that person was an angel and he was sent by God, because I don't know, it was too much of a coincidence. Like, it happened like right there and then when I told God, like, I'm tired, I need a break, like I need help. So I feel like God is always looking out for me, and I feel like he loves me, and most of the time I just feel like he made me go through all those hardships so I can actually appreciate everything good that he's bringing my way, because I believe that I am blessed beyond. I honestly believe that I'm blessed beyond, because the way things are happening in my life, I just feel like, God, like, why didn't you do all these things for me then? But you know what? We can't question God. He does his things at his own time. All you have to do is wait and pray and just trust in God and believe that he's going to give you your break, and hopefully your break will come. So the third thing that I want to talk about is emotions. At this time, like I said, I was dealing with a lot of emotions. Like, I was so emotional. Like, naturally, I'm a very emotional, vulnerable person. But at that point of my life, I was very, very, very emotional. Any little thing you would say to me, it's gonna send me straight to depression, or it's just gonna make tears run through my face, or I'm just gonna hurt beyond. Like, I'm a very emotional person, but at that time I was even scared of myself, because like, I used to cry about small things. Like, sometimes I used to wake up and I just feel sad and I just start crying. So it was a really hard time for me emotionally, and I did get some help, and that worked out very good in my favor, and because I feel healthy and I feel like I'm in a good space where I can handle my emotions better, and I don't use my emotions again to judge situations, or if a person says something to me, before I feel like that thing they said to me is hurtful, I actually try and be on that person's point of view and see, okay, whatever this person said, is it hurtful, or I'm just too personal? And most of the time I would realize that, okay, I'm just too personal. Or most of the time I would realize that this person is telling me the truth and I don't want to hear the truth, so I get emotional. So I've learned to accept the truth. Like, when a person is correcting me and telling me, like, you are doing this wrong, or you're not supposed to do this, or stop doing this, it's not good for you, it's not good for your life, I now listen. I don't use emotions, I listen, and I use logic. Okay, so the fourth thing I want to talk about is my physical appearances. This was so important. Like, this was so important, because before you even talk to people, like, personally for me, this was so important, because before you even talk to people, or before you even have a conversation, the first thing they're gonna see is your body and your face. That's the first thing people are going to see and notice. So even if you are talking to a person, they are looking at you as a person. So I started eating healthy and I started working out, even though I was not consistent, but I tried to make it a lifestyle, to actually work out, to actually take care of myself. It really worked, because when you look, like, sometimes when you look good, people are going to compliment you, like, wow, you look good. And because you look good, this person is looking forward to having a conversation with you, because you are taking care of your physical appearance, so that people actually like looking at you and they want to have a conversation with you because you look good. So probably whatever you have to say might sound good, or even if you're not a good conversationalist, but they're just going to be happy talking to you because you look good and you look well put together. The fifth point that I can say really helped me to look put together and to just be the best version of myself was being better at socializing. Like, if you know me or you're my friend, I'm sure you would know that I don't talk. Oh my God, like, I do not talk. I have no business talking to you. I have nothing to say to you, maybe unless I'm intoxicated, but on my sober senses, I have nothing to say to you, and I also don't want you to say anything to me. Like, it is what it is. Just sit there and keep quiet. I'm gonna sit here and keep quiet and mind my business. So so I really had to learn to be social and like just grow some confidence to be able to approach people and have proper conversations that can make people want to see me again, make people want to be around me again, make people want to have a conversation with me again, because they genuinely had a good time talking to me. And they're like, okay, let's exchange numbers, I want to see you again, let's go out for lunch, because nobody wanted to, honestly, like, ever since I was a kid, like, I've never had friends. I was that child who stays in the house, and I only go out when I have to, maybe when I'm going out for movies on weekends or when I'm going to school. That was it. Besides that, I had no desire of going out. And I think so, growing my confidence and being able to socialize with people and be a good person to other people and be able to hold a solid conversation really helped me elevate. Another thing that helped me to be a good social person was reading. Reading actually opens your mind. It opens your mind in a sense that you pronounce words better because you are reading them. You actually have more, and helped me to grow my confidence because I would talk confidently because I know what I'm saying. And one thing I used to read a lot, I know this is funny, I used to read the dictionary. I actually used to read the dictionary for fun. And I've been doing this for a very long time, so it helps me understand. I would read the words, I would read the meanings, so when I'm actually saying these words, I know what they mean, and I know that I'm not messing up whatever I'm saying. So my conversation sounds better, especially when you meet smart people, and they want to have a conversation with you, just because maybe they think, this one won't know what I'm talking about, and they actually get surprised because you're actually up to date. Just surprise them, be that person that they thought, this one, no, just bring in that little spice. I decided to be more confident, whereas sometimes I would meet people that I know online, people that I interact with on social media, but when I see them outside, like, okay girl, if you're not gonna greet me, I'm not gonna come there and greet you. But I just, I grew out of that. Like, I'm that person who's gonna walk up to you, I'm like, hey girl, how are you? Oh my God, you were so beautiful, I like that outfit, like, where did you get it? Oh my God, you look so beautiful, I'm gonna compliment you, I'm gonna make a nice conversation, and you two, you're gonna feel so open and so nice, and you're like, okay, I want to talk to you again, let's exchange numbers, and build a relationship with people from what am I saying? And build a relationship with people like so easily. I had to grow my confidence and just be willing to socialize with people because I was so closed off. I think the reason why I was so closed off, because naturally I'm a shy person. So I'm a shy person and I don't like being embarrassed. So I thought, sometimes I used to think that, okay, if I go to this person, they're just going to reject me. They're not going to be happy to greet me, or like, So I didn't want to be embarrassed. But now, like, I'm just like, okay, if you don't want to talk to me, it's fine, but let me just go and greet you anyways. So yeah, you have to grow confidence. Like, confidence will take you far. Confidence will take you a long way. Some people get intimidated when you're confident, Some people actually want to submit to you. Some people actually want to submit and do whatever you are saying because they can see this person knows their story and they are very, very confident. They speak with pride and they walk with pride, and you can't tell this person nothing. So the last point I want to talk about that really, 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 really helped shaped me. I'm still working on this one, was taking care of myself. Like, taking care of myself personally. Taking care of my mental health, make sure that I am always in a good place, that I'm always mentally thinking about positive things and planning on doing positive things, and that I treat people with respect. So for me, taking care of yourself is just investing in yourself. Like, you are the prize. Ladies, you are the prize. You are the trophy. You are everything that everybody wants. So take care of your living space. Make sure your home is clean and fresh. Make sure your sheets are changed every once in a while, and make sure that everything in your house is good. Make sure that you spring clean your house at least twice a month. Just spring clean your house. Stay in a very nice environment. Your clothes must be ironed. Your teeth must always be brushed. And just always have some mints in your bag so you can pop them on, like after eating or anything like that. Wear quality hair. Like, I always tell people this. Instead of buying like 10 wigs that are very cheap looking and different colors, just invest on one wig, on one good quality wig. Actually, this is the hair I would advise any lady to have. Just have jet black, super long hair. Every girl needs that. Jet black, super long hair that is neat and very easy to wear. Like, this wig is very easy to wear. I just put it on and off and I'm ready to go. I don't have to glue anything. It's a middle part. It's a closure, so I don't have to glue anything. There's no mess, there's nothing. This is just a beautiful silk looking style, and it never goes out of style. It never goes out of style, and it's always going to make you look put together and more classy, and you're just going to look good. And the next thing that you need to take care of is your makeup. Guys, I remember my man, when we just started dating, he would get so angry with me, like, stop putting too much makeup, stop putting too much makeup. And it's not because he didn't like makeup. I just found out that he likes makeup, but I was just not blending it well, so to him it looked crazy. And another thing, I have a round face, so I used to wear like color lipstick, like red, your red lipstick or pink. And I just found out that it doesn't look good for my face shape. So now I just stick to nude, and nude never goes out of style, and it looks good for my face shape, and it complements my features, and it just makes me look good and neat and put together. And another thing was, okay, I'm not saying anybody should take this tip, but it works for me. Just have a lot of black outfits. Just have a lot of black outfits that look good. I'm not saying color doesn't look good. Color looks good, but not all the time. And sometimes it looks good when you're wearing color and you know how to wear your colors together, but just don't make everything, just don't look like Candyland. Okay? Wear your color and look very nice. But just for me to be safe, I stick to my blacks and my nudes and my khakis and all those earthy colors and earthy tones. Next point would be, take time to yourself. This is very important. In order for you to elevate yourself, you need to take time to learn yourself. Take time to learn yourself when you're doing bad things to yourself and be like, that's just nonsense. Don't do that. Like, don't do that. Have that talks with yourself. Like, I used to have those talks with myself, and I'm gonna be like, nah, buddy, you're messing up now. Like, just don't do that. Like, don't ever do that. Like, you're messing up. Don't do that. Talk to yourself. Have conversations with yourself. Tell yourself things that you like and things that you don't like, so even your subconscious self can even understand. Because I don't know, if you talk about something like a lot, I heard that when you're sleeping, your subconscious actually, process all that information you've been talking about through the day. So if you talk about negative things the whole day, honey, it's not gonna work well for you. So make sure to stay positive and stay prayed up. I actually didn't plan to put this on this video, but anyways, let's just go ahead and say it. Because I wrote this down. Always mentally prepare yourself that people are gonna switch up on you, or people are gonna leave you. So I remember when so out of all my friends, like, I've always been like the poor one, the one who doesn't have anything, the one who doesn't have the hair, the one who doesn't have the clothes. Everyone be like, even when I'm like, we're changing, like, I'm with my friends, we're planning to go out, they would always look down on me. I don't blame them, because they were not lying, I didn't have all those things. So I've always been that person that my friends would look down on. And it hurt my feelings. It really hurt my feelings. I remember I just had this conversation with a friend of mine. I told her, like, like, the way you used to treat me back in the day, like, it really hurt my feelings. You didn't appreciate me as a friend. You didn't value me. You used to talk down on me. You used to treat me bad just because I didn't have any money. And I was trying to have a nice, conversation with this person. And this person just took it like, like 6 years ago. I told me, just forget about it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, be always prepared that people are gonna switch up on you. People want people who have, and when you don't have, people are always going to be switching up on you. And too bad for me, I'm still friends with those people who look down on me. Now they don't look down on me because I have the financial means to take care of myself. But still, the relationship is not 100% because there's a lot of trauma that has happened throughout the years. We might try and fix it. So you're going to notice that I'm still going to talk about my friends. And yes, I'm still friends with some of those people who didn't treat me well. But right now, I'm emotionally very, very healthy to handle those people. And I'm very confident. So I know how to handle these people. But me personally, I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to fix anything. I'm just moving on. I don't want to fix anything. Whatever happened in the past, I'm just going to make peace with it and forgive myself for allowing another person to have so much power over me by using words to hurt me. So I made peace with it. So that's it. I'm still friends with a lot of those people who used to treat me bad, but even those friendships, like, there's a lot of buts, but you can't cut everyone off. That's ridiculous. You can't cut everyone off. So all in all, ladies, love yourself, take care of yourself, and remember, you are the prize and you are the most valuable thing ever. And God created you to be winning, to be in a good space financially, mentally. So try and do things that are gonna make sure that you are on the path of living your best life, the best version of yourself. Just grow and level up every time. Even if it's just a little tiny details, it matters a lot. It matters a lot. Just grow, level up, be the best version of yourself, love yourself, and whatever you believe in, make sure you pray. Make sure you pray, because there's a lot of evil people out here, and there's a lot of people who don't want good things to happen to your life. But just speak against it. Just do whoever you pray to that person and tell that person, God, protect me. Whoever God is in your language, pray to that person. Say, God, protect me from my enemies. My enemies are always there. So just try to stay prayed up, and that I don't just get distracted, and I don't change my end goal. So basically, my end goal is just to be a very successful businesswoman that my man will be proud of, and that my kids will be proud of, and someday live a whole lot of wealth, so my children don't have to suffer financially. I just want to work so hard that I never have to suffer, and my kids never have to suffer, and my kids never have to suffer. I just want to build generational wealth for anyone who comes after me. I just want to build that line of successful people, because I think I'm that person in my family who's just gonna end this cycle of mental burdens and financial burdens. I just want to raise healthy, beautiful children who are going to raise healthy, beautiful children, and that my legacy lives on. So whatever I am doing in my life right now is to make sure that my lineage is on the right path. So you might think that you want my life. Trust me, you don't want my life, because I have a lot on my shoulder. Basically, all my life I've had a lot on my shoulder. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope these points actually help someone, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the like button so you get notified every time I post a video. I really enjoyed making this video for you guys, so please comment. Let's have a conversation. Let's have this conversation. Whatever points you took from this conversation, please comment down below. I love you guys, and until next time.
You're scared to take a 4-year course because you're 28 and by the time you finish, you'll be 32. Whether you take the course or not, in 4 years, you'll still be 32. So why not be 32 and doing something you love?